Hi, Crumblers. Welcome back to another episode of Crumbl Mumbl, the podcast. We are so excited to have you here. And today we have a very special guest. I'm so excited about it. Today we have Mackenzie Hansasak. She is here to talk to us a little bit about her fanship for Crumbl and her journey to being a fan of Crumbl cookies. You might have seen her in a few different things. She does a lot of things with her life that I actually am very impressed with. You are a multifaceted woman. You've done so many things, but what you may recognize her from is she played young Kate in the show This Is Us. And she did a fantastic job. I was a huge fan of the show, watched it every single week, and now she's here in our studio, and she also happens to just be a huge Crumbl fan. So, Mackenzie, tell us a little bit about yourself, what you're up to, where you're from, whatever you want the people to know.
Okay. So I was on This Is Us for 6 years, and that was a major part of my life, and it was awesome. I loved it. And now, after the show, I am in high school in California, where I was born and raised, and I do volleyball because I'm tall now, so that's just what I do now. And I cook a lot, I bake a lot, so I saw the cookies and I was like, love them. And I do acting sometimes along the side, and I just am living my teenage life.
Yes, and we love it. I was going to say, because in This Is Us, you played quite a young character, right? Yeah, and so now, as you said, you're a little bit older, a little bit taller, and I think the show wrapped, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and so they didn't need you to play a little kid anymore, but now you're, like you said, living your best teenage life, which we love. Yeah. Which is great. So tell us a little bit about your first experience with Crumbl, because I mean, we first met, right, when we opened our first ever LA store. We opened an LA store in Valencia. And we had this big event, right, a big pink carpet event. We had you there. We had a bunch of influencers there. It was amazing. That's where we first met, and you actually got to cut the ribbon for the store. Fun. Which is like a big moment. It was our first LA store, and you got to cut the ribbon for it, which is so exciting. But tell us a little bit more about your journey to becoming a fan of Crumbl, because I've heard a lot from you and your family about how you guys would drive quite a ways to go get it. Tell us a little bit more about that.
So it was basically during the start of COVID.
Love
and
it. What else, right? When you were shut in your house, what else could you get but a cookie?
I was on my phone for 10 hours a day, relaxing. And I just kept seeing all these videos about these ginormous cookies. And I was like, wait a minute, those are the size of my face. I was like, I need to know where those are. And the closest one was in Bakersfield, which is an hour and 45 minutes away from our house. Oh my gosh. And during COVID, me and my mom were just we have nothing else to do, so why not? So we were let's go drive there, because we were just free. And so we got on the road, we played some Broadway hits.
Love it.
We were vibing in the car, driving down the highway, and we just saw this big store with all pink all over, and I was just like, whoa. So then we pressed the I'm Here button on the app, and then they brought it to our car, and you could just see them bringing this ginormous box, because we got the 12 party pack.
Oh, you guys went for it.
We went for it.
You're I mean, if you drove an hour 45 minutes, you're not just going to get
every cookie.
You had to get every single one, yeah.
So they brought out this big box, and then I was like, oh my gosh, they're going to come to our car. They didn't come to our car.
They didn't
They
come
went
to your
to
car.
the car next to us. I was like, dang it. But then another person came out, and they did bring it to our car.
And it was still a big box.
It was still a big box.
Just a different big box. Okay.
Just a different big box,
And it got to you. Okay, good.
And then they put it through the window. They had to shove it through the window because it was so big.
Ginormous.
And then I was opening it. I was like, oh, the heavens have rained down on these cookies. And they were giant. I was like, oh my gosh. And then there were all the flavors that I loved. They had Oreo. They had the lemon glaze.
What did you remember? You remember the first lineup?
I remember it was yesterday.
Oh,
so
I love
good.
that. I love that.
Yeah, and then they had Oreo, and then they had the velvet white chip.
Oh, yes, the red velvet.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
It was so good. And then my mom loved the Butterfinger one. I think that's probably her favorite cookie.
Well, because that's a peanut butter base, right? Yes. That's one of our peanut butters. Yeah,
she loves peanut butter everything. And that was really fun. And then we brought it home, and I was just like, And then they were there for a week.
I was going to say, they last so long, right? You probably had cookies for breakfast every day for the next, week.
My mom didn't know that. Don't tell her that, but...
Don't worry, we'll keep it... Yeah. Don't worry, no one else will see this.
No.
Except for you and me.
Yeah.
Stays between us. That's amazing. Okay, so I really am intrigued by the fact that you drove so far for these cookies. And it was a while before you had another store open up next to you, right? And so did you make the drive every week, or was it every couple weeks? Every
maybe
month?
Maybe
Every week?
Maybe. I had to do it.
That's
Every
amazing.
week I would look, like Sunday night, I would just like be like, I gotta get it. I have to like see what they are. And I was like, Mom, they have this, this, and this. We gotta go back. And she's like, okay. So we just hopped back on the road again. I was like, okay, this is life. This is my life now. Every week I go get Crumbl cookies.
Oh, that's so awesome. I love that. I mean, that's what we love to see, right? Like, that's why we have new flavors every single week, is so people can come try them every single week. And I like that you mentioned that you guys used the curbside pickup during COVID.
Yeah.
Right? Because that was a big thing for Crumbl, where, COVID hit and it was, everything shut down.
Yeah.
Everyone was in disarray. And it was, how do we adapt to this? How do we cope to this? And our tech team is incredible.
Yes.
Right? Crumbl's known to be a tech-driven bakery. And our tech team within, I don't even know how long, a very short amount of time, within maybe a week or two, had a total system set up for people to come get cookies curbside so they wouldn't have to go in the store.
Yeah.
Right?
Love it. Yeah.
And so even though, right, you were let down with the first box going to a different car, it sounds like the app did its job, right? And you got your cookies.
It would tell you like what number you are. So like I would just like keep looking at the app because like it was like your customer number 1 or your customer
in
number
the queue.
5. Yeah,
like
in
what
the queue.
lineup. Oh, that's
yeah,
awesome.
I was just like, so I knew like when it was gonna get to me, and like that was also very exciting too.
Oh, that's so cool. We love that. So cool. So with your life, right, and everything you're doing, like where does Crumbl, I just assume that a lot of your friends probably also love Crumbl.
Yes.
Right? And you're probably at events and things like all the time, like parties. Like is it becoming like a part of all of those parts of your life for you?
Well, yeah. So me and my mom love to like help people out, have like fundraisers and everything. So one time we drove all the way down to San Diego because Crumbl helped us out and donated some cookies so that way we could donate it to the Children's Hospital.
Okay, yeah.
So me and my mom drove there. We put it in individual bags. We put a little thank you sticker for the nurses because during COVID it was like really hard for them, and like I wanted to like go see the kids, but at the time I was like younger and they just didn't want like kids to come in because you don't know what they had, like if they have the flu or if they have,
you could get sick.
I could get sick. I could get them even more sick. So we just did the little thing that we could do, and that was giving them the cookies.
That's so cool.
And I play volleyball in my high school team, so we're the color purple because we're the Vikings.
Love it.
So we got like the catering, the little
minis.
Yeah, the little mini
minis.
sugars, and we got them in the purple color, and then
Oh,
we
no
like
way.
helped give them out to all the teams and all the teams' families.
That's so cool. Yeah, so for those who don't know, you can get, minis.
Yes.
When you get catering cookies, right? And they're like the perfect little bite-sized portion.
Just shove it in your mouth.
You just shove multiple, right?
Yeah.
You just shove multiple in your mouth. And you can get them in, I mean, not any color, right? But we have like 7 or 8 colors you can pick from. And I love the purple for Vikings.
Yeah.
That's perfect. I love that. That's so cool. So as you've like become, right, this like fan of Crumbl, which we love, right? And you're also doing all these amazing things like in your own life. Do you ever see Crumbl being like, do you see it at different places and you're like, oh my gosh, Crumbl's here. Crumbl like at birthday parties or like at events or, whatever it might be. Like, do you just see it being part of like your everyday life now?
Yeah.
It's just
like,
all over the place?
The Crumbl that is in Los Angeles, the one that we had the pink carpet event, it's like 5 minutes from my house. So like
that is a danger and a blessing.
So when me and my mom were like driving to school, it's right there. I'm like, we gotta make a stop, just a little stop
before school every day.
Yeah, exactly. Just like the breakfast flavors this week.
Yes,
had to get them. They were my breakfast.
Yep.
Fruity Pebbles, the iced oatmeal. Just gotta take it.
So Mackenzie, with everything that you're doing in your life, right? You're doing so many things, right? You do volleyball. The people might not know you also do hockey.
Oh yeah,
right?
I don't know that.
Amazing. You also, you do acting. You're in school. You have all these things. So has Crumbl become like just an assumed part of your daily life? Like, has it just become part of like everything that you do now? After all this time.
Yeah. Me and my mom, we have this friend who just had a baby, and now she's gonna turn 1 year old, and she's like about to walk and everything. So her party is coming up, and then we got the pink sugar cookies because she's a girl and she just loves all the sugar and candy and sweets.
Of
and
course,
stuff.
yeah.
We got to train her to like
sugar
and sweets, So we got that, and then my mom was like, she loved the sugar cookie, and she was so sad that it was gone. So then we got like a dozen of them, thinking that they weren't gonna come back for a while.
Yeah.
And now it's gonna stay forever.
And now it's here.
Now it's back, and me and my mom were like, yes, it's back.
I love that. Yeah, I know we gave the people a little bit of a whiplash, I feel like, with that. But it was because people loved it so much, right? The reason we took it off the menu originally was to make room for more cookie flavors, right? I mean, the sugar, of course, is a very loved flavor, and we loved having it on the menu, but there were just so many other flavors we wanted to explore, and we wanted to open up a new slot to do that, right? But then once we took it away, I mean, people were rioting in the streets, so we were like, okay, you know, maybe it'll be a great idea to bring this back, and so we did, and now, as you said, it's on the menu pretty, you know, semi-permanently, which is exciting.
And I like
awesome.
that you like revamped it up. Like, it's
and we
nice.
changed it. Yes. Yeah. Yep. Which is awesome. And that's, you know, another reason, right? We took it off the menu to, you know, reconsider the recipe, take all of the critique and feedback that we had. And then once we had a recipe that we're like, okay, you know, we feel like this is the 2.0 of the sugar cookie. We're going to give it back to the people now, which we did. And it was so well received that it is now just on the menu, which is amazing.
My mom is happy.
Good. So glad. And so now this week, I want to talk a little bit about this week's flavors. Minions week. And you love Minions, which I love. Did you saw the new movie?
Yes.
Rise of Gru. Yeah. And did you love it?
Loved
it. And now we have cookies, right? So it's for the home release of Rise of Gru, Minions Rise of Gru. And so it's, you know, here so that you can, you know, go get the movie, download it, watch it at home, and then also have these cookies to enjoy with your family.
I'm
it's so awesome. And this week, right, we have like dirt cake, but we're featuring Otto. So we have a little Minion topper with his little pet rock on it. We've got banana cream pie.
Oh, my favorite.
And I know the pie cookies are a personal favorite of yours.
I love when they look like not a cookie, just like the French toast one and like all the pies. I'm like, oh, they have a special place in my heart. They're so
because it's so creative, right? It's kind of fun. You're getting, you know, French toast but a cookie.
Yeah,
you're getting
it's like in the shape
pie
but
like,
a cookie.
Yeah, and it's in the shape. They've got a little crust, which is amazing. Yeah, so we're so excited about the Minions lineup this week.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to taste them all.
Yes, it's already been a huge hit. We've already loved it. So speaking of all of these flavors, the burning question we have to ask, what is your favorite Crumbl cookie flavor?
Oh, that's like a hard one.
I know. I hate to do this to you.
I would probably say, like, it's not a staple in your menu, but like it's the People's Choice one, the Oreo one.
Yes.
So good.
So good.
With the brownie little bits inside.
Oh, they went above and beyond with that. So
I love that one.
For the people who don't know, we did a People's Choice cookie where on Instagram we had everyone vote for the different components of the cookie, and it could have been anything.
Gone anywhere.
Oh, it could have been cake batter and caramel, right?
Okay,
like it could have been all these things, and every single component of the cookie was Oreo, the filling, the base, the toppings. Everyone voted, and so it was a straight Oreo cookie. And we had
it looked like an Oreo.
Yeah. So we have a few Oreo flavors, right? And so we were like, okay, we've got to make this one amazing. I mean, it's the People's Choice, and we've got to do something we've never done before. And so our VP of Research and Development, she came up with this concept where the cookie actually looks like it's like an Oreo sandwich almost, right? It's 2 cookies. It's got the filling. It's got brownies in it. It's amazing.
It's beautiful.
It's also one of my favorites. So that's a great answer. Any of them honestly would have been great, but that's a great answer.
Love that one.
Yeah, it's amazing. So thank you so much, Mackenzie, for joining us today. Is there anything else you want to say? Any last thoughts for the people?
Just go get Crumbl cookies. I mean, they're just so unique. They're so amazing. And the team is also amazing. I've met a lot of people here so far, and everyone is just so nice, and they all love cookies. So,
hey, that's a qualification for working here. You have to love cookies.
I know, right? I'm already wearing the swag.
Yeah, exactly.
I belong here. I'll stay here. This is my chair now. No one else
Mackenzie
has
is a permanent resident, everyone. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. And we will see you guys on the next episode. Bye.
Bye.